GoFest was awesome. It was amazing. We did a lot of things. We caught a lot of things. Overall, we unlocked the Ultra Unlock, which is going to give us a bunch of things. Now, there is going to be a makeup day for GoFest. A lot of people had connection issues, raid issues, the social interactions, inviting people to raids, being invited to raids. People lost raid passes for the remote raiding. There was also people that just couldn't get spawns properly for a couple of the hours. So, there is a makeup. It's coming. August 16th. That's a Sunday. And it will be from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Now, that means that there's going to not be the full event. You're not going to have everything that you did before. What you're going to be seeing is that from 11 a.m. to 12 a.m. or 12 p.m., you're going to see the fire spawns. And then from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m., you will have the fire spawns. And then from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. will be the friendship hour. That is the hour you're going to want to open your gifts. Rare candies will be in gifts during that time. You're going to really want to make sure that you are focused on that, because that's going to be awesome. Rare candies, everybody needs them. Everybody wants them. Even if you don't think you need rare candies, you need rare candies. You're going to want them. Whether it's new Pokemon being announced, whether it's more information that we will talk about later coming available, you're going to want that. Now, they also announced a bunch of stuff for August. There is going to be new breakthrough boxes. Those start August 1st, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Sorry, Pacific Daylight Time. And that means that for me, because I'm in Mountain Daylight Time, I need to wait till 2 p.m. So make sure you check and see what time you need to wait for. And that's going to be how you do it. And it'll start spawning with Scraggies in those breakthrough boxes. And they will go until September 1st. So be prepared for that. And then also, the other announcements that they made is that there's going to be the Spotlight Hours. So Tuesday, August 4th, there will be Horsey spawning. And it's going to earn twice the candy for catching Pokemon. Tuesday, August 11th, you will have Sableye, which I really want another shiny Sableye. I've got one that I got at GoFest, and that was last year's GoFest in Chicago. So I don't see me getting a new one unless there's an event for him. It took me forever to get him in the first place, so hopefully we can get some from that. But you'll also earn twice the candy for doing transferring Pokemon. So when you transfer your Pokemon, all right, sorry about that. So you'll earn twice the candy for transferring Pokemon. And then this is important because the following Sunday is the makeup day for GoFest. So it's the perfect time to transfer those extra GoFest Pokemon that you're not going to be able to use and you're going to catch more of anyways. As well as if you've got Pokemon that were rare, such as Gibbles, maybe you traded a few Gibbles. You know, don't transfer those right away, guys. Keep trading your Gibbles to try to get good ones, get luckies. But in the end, don't transfer them until this event. During that 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. hour, you'll get double candies for it. Just a great way to stack those up. Then the following Tuesday, the 18th, you're going to have Venipede. And Venipede Spotlight Hour, I don't care about Venipede. Like, no desire for it at all. But what's more important is that you'll earn double XP for evolving Pokemon. So if you have a bunch of Pokemon that you didn't have before, or maybe you've just been stacking Pidgeys from like the Pidgey event, you've just been waiting for an event to evolve them, this is the time to evolve those. They only cost 12 candies for a lot of those Pokemon, also being Weedle and Caterpie. It's only 12 candies to evolve. You also get a candy back for evolving, and then if you transfer it afterwards, you get another candy back. So if you've got 50 Pidgeys that you evolve, you get a bonus 50 candies for evolving them, and then you transfer them, you got another 50 candies back. You can keep evolving. So if you need that XP, if you're grinding that XP, take advantage of that. The following week is Geodude, and that's going to be Tuesday, August 25th. Geodude does have a shiny. That is awesome. As well as you'll earn twice the Stardust for catching Pokemon. So that one's going to be a big one for me. Make sure that you drop 2 star pieces at the beginning of that, because they do stack now. And then during that whole time, you can get all the Stardust. And if you're in a warm area, like right now, it's the summer where I am, it's probably going to be weather boosted. So you can get even more Stardust from that. Then, like we were talking about, we got the Ultra Unlock, and we're working up to the whole reason we're here. Shiny Rayquaza is coming back to raids. For Dragon Week, that begins Friday, 1 p.m. your local time. 1 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, which for me, my local time, that'll be 2 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. So any legendary eggs that pop up after the time will be Rayquaza and can potentially be shinies. But first, you got to take them down, obviously. So we'll talk about that. Do note, during this legendary, or this Dragon Week, Gibble spawns will be back. Hopefully, he'll also be in raids. And then you'll also have Alolan Executors, which I'm kind of over Alolan Executor. But who knows? Maybe you still need the shiny. You're also going to have a new shiny introduced, a shiny Dino. Shiny Dino is green and black, and he looks pretty cool. But back to Rayquaza. We need to take out this monster and try to get some shinies. So the first #1 raid counter, if you don't have one already, you're going to want to find one. You want to get one. Trade with some friends. There was a community day for it. It gave it a legendary move, legacy move called Ancient Power. Add a second move if it doesn't have, or if it already has that. But the #1 raid counter is going to be Mamoswine with Powder Snow and Avalanche. This is going to be the perfect raid counter. It's tanky. It's going to do a lot of damage. Ice is super effective. And honestly, if you've got a full team of Mamoswines, you could probably duo this with friends very easily. And if you've got the perfect circumstances, you can even single-handedly solo Rayquaza. Do it by yourself. It's going to be extremely hard. You might fail a couple of times, but it is possible. It has been done. So, Mamoswine is going to be your #1 to go for. Next is going to be Weavile. Now, Weavile is a great Pokemon for this case. You're going to want to make sure that you have Ice Shard and Avalanche. Now, he's kind of a glass cannon, so he might end up dead You might just have to pull him back. That is totally possible. If you do have to do that, then, have some other Pokemon in your team or have a lot of them. He will attack hard, but he dies fast. So he might not be able to pull off a lot of moves. And by moves, I mean by charge moves. His charge move is going to hit strong, but if he gets taken out with a outrage before he gets that off, it's going to kind of suck. Either that or get really good at dodging. So, because like I said, you don't want a dead Weavile. Next is going to be a pretty decent one. It definitely is going to still be up there. It's going to be Glaceon. Now, Glaceon, if you don't have one already, you're going to want to make sure that you evolve an Eevee near an Ice Lure. Ice Lure Eevee will get that evolution and be able to have Glaceon. Glaceon, you're going to want Frost Breath and Avalanche. Those are going to be the moves that you want for that. Now, if you're like, you know what, I still don't have a good one of that. I don't want to spend all the candy and Stardust on that. Even, number 4, Mewtwo. Mewtwo with Ice Beam is actually going to be a great counter as well. You're going to want Psycho Cut. And then if you've already got one with Psy Strike or Shadow Ball, even Hyper Beam, those are all going to be legacy moves. Don't lose those. I would add an additional move. Also, if you got a Shadow Mewtwo, the power that is going to be in that, it's honestly the strongest attacker out there. If you can get a Shadow Mewtwo, add a secondary move, and power it up with Ice Beam, that thing's going to be a monster. So, hey, what's up? Welcome to the stream. We're just talking about all the different counters. We got our guys up here displayed. Going to be the best so far. Right now we're on number 4, Mewtwo. And then next we're going to have Jinx. Now, Jinx, not a lot of people have a really great Jinx. Not a lot of people have one that's powered up. So personally, it's going to be a good one if you need it. If you already have other things, work what's best for you. I'm not saying pick these exact people or Pokemon and power those up. If you don't have them powered up, if you don't have the Stardust, that's okay. Even Mamoswines that are level 30 or higher to 35 are going to do good. So if you've got a crew of people with a bunch of Mamoswines that are 30, perfect. That's fine. You do not have to max these out. Now, if you're looking to max these out, you can do less and less people, obviously, but nothing says you have to do that. But we've got Jinx as an option. Now, another great option that quite a few of you might have, just from everything going on in the past, the different boxes that they had for Breakthrough, and also for the Shadow Pokemon that came available during the Team Rocket takeover of GoFest, is Articuno. If you've got a good Articuno, you're going to want Frost Breath, Ice Beam. Now, it does have a legacy move for Hurricane, so you don't want to lose that. If you've got that, add a secondary move, which is going to cost 100,000 candies. Or, sorry, 100,000 Stardust and 100 candies. So it's going to be expensive, but it might be worth it, just so you don't lose Hurricane. Unless you don't care about legacy moves. That's fine too. But it's an option. Now, rolling down the list, these are the ones that are like our backups. These are going to be, hey, if you don't have the top counters and you need something just to get you by, then that's okay. We've got some backups. So we're going to round this off with 4 more. So next we've got number 7. We've got Dialga. Dialga is going to be a great dragon attacker. You're going to want to make sure you have Frost Breath and Draco Meteor. Those are going to be really a fair attack. You might not have a maxed out one. That's okay. It's still going to do good damage. Like I said, you might just have to have more people in your party. Next, you're going to have Piloswine. Piloswine is a great, settle if you don't have Mamoswine. If you don't have Mamoswine, but you've got a Piloswine, that's okay. Use your Piloswine. He's going to do just fine. Last but not least, forgot to say the moves that you want for him. You're going to want Powder Snow and Avalanche still. So it's the same moves, just not evolved, and that's okay. Then, if you're looking for a little bit more options, you want a good dragon attacker. You definitely won't want to use these dragon attackers, by the way, if it knows Outrage, because Outrage is just going to eat you alive with your dragons. But you've got Dragonite. Dragonite is pretty beefy. He's going to take a pretty decent amount of damage, and he's going to do a decent amount of damage, especially if he has Outrage. If you've got the Draco Meteor, that's a legacy move now that was for community days. Those you can't get back, so if you're okay with losing that move, then lose it. But otherwise, you might just want to add another move so that you don't lose that legacy move. But yeah, Dragonite. Now, if you have been raiding Rayquaza from the very beginning, we had a lot of people that they needed something that was beefy, something that could help take down the flying types, such as Articuno, and it also does really well with taking down Rayquaza. You probably know who I'm talking about. It's going to be number 10 is Tyranitar. Tyranitar does a pretty decent amount of damage, especially if you've got the legacy move Smackdown. You're going to want Smackdown and Stone Edge. It's going to do pretty well. It's going to keep up with a lot of the other contenders, but this is going to be kind of your, hey, pick what you need from these top 10 to make the team that works for you. Obviously, the bigger and better, the less people you have to have, but you're going to want a good team. Maybe if you're doing just a couple people in your group, maybe just do 2 parties. Maybe do half Mamoswine and half Mewtwo's. I've got a full team maxed out of Mewtwo's, but I've only got 2 that have Ice Beam. So maybe I'll do a full team of Mamoswine, and if I need, I'll do a team of Weavile and Mewtwo, just to be able to, jump right back in and hopefully take them down. Now, if you are not having any luck with any of those, you get some great Rayquazas. You can even use Rayquaza to help take down this beast, and he's going to be awesome. It's going to be a good one to have. Now, I think it's important to realize the last couple of community days we've had have been Weedle, Ghastly. The next community day, they just announced it. It's going to be Magikarp. Now, one thing that all 3 of these have in common, as well as you have in common with Rayquaza, is there's going to be Mega Evolutions. So you're going to be able to get Mega Rayquaza. It's going to be a thing later down the road. So this is one of my favorites. It's beefy, and he looks really cool. So, yeah, I think that kind of narrows that down. Does anybody have any questions? Anything we want to